Hey, Kwame. Come on in, have a seat. Come on in and have a seat, niece. Hit the share button. Hello, everybody. Let me finish this apple. She's so sweet and juicy and cold. Mm-mm-mm. I just came from the gym. Uh, I just came from the gym. I had a really good workout today. Hold on, 2 more bites. Mm. Dan Twan said, Craig, you looking real mannish today. Well, you know, see, that's why he's able to pull men and women in traffic. Minding my own business in traffic. Can you pull over? Can I just talk to you for a second? Come on, El Walker. Come on and sit down. Hey, niece. Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, boy. Hey. I was so hungry. I needed to get that little apple in my body. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart. Hey, Marsha Elliott. And this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. We got a couple packages from Tynette. I don't know what they are. I'm going to open them live right with you. She sent me these as well. These are protein bars. She sent me these protein bars as well. These macro bars. They're vegan. They have 11 grams of protein. So since I haven't eaten yet, I need to put something on my stomach. So I'm going to eat that to satiate myself. And then I'm gonna go ahead and jump in that kitchen and fricassee a little something for myself. Okay, so she sent 2 packages, one small and one large. Now these are kind of heavy. Oh, they heavy. Now listen. While I'm opening these packages, I'm gonna have a little conversation with you because see, the spirit had told me to tell you a little something today. Hosea, we used to go to the gym early. We used to go I used to go at like 10:30 in the morning. Or like 11, something like that. But now we go in the afternoon. That morning stuff is for the birds. But listen, let me tell you. The spirit had told me to tell you all something. You know, I don't really get down into the comments to argue and fuss and do all of that because I don't think that's what I was called to do. I think my life's purpose, and this is a part of what I'm going to talk about when I go speak in Columbia, South Carolina on Friday. Part of my life's purpose, I believe, is to bridge communities. Straight and gay, black and white, trans and gay, gay and lesbian. To bridge communities, to close the divide, right, between those communities. And so I don't get down in these comments and be arguing and carrying on. Like, I don't take it that seriously, okay? I have really thick skin, too, so there really isn't too much you can say to hurt my feelings. because I just don't take it seriously. When I tell you Tonette put so much tape on these packages, girl, I don't know who she trying to keep out of it, the postal people or me. But anyway, I still sometimes see your comments, right? I don't always go down there and read them, but I do see them, especially when you tag me and you want me to see them. Now, I'm not going to name any names, but some of you are so sensitive. Now, how many of y'all know that I'm just joking when I'm saying stuff like I'm really joking, right? I'm joking most of the time. Now, do some of y'all get on my nerves? Absolutely. So, some of you do get on my nerves. But I'm usually joking. Hold on, we about to do the big reveal in a second. Hold on. But some of you really say whatever you want to me in these comments. You saying stuff, and I just play along, and it's okay, right? I take it in jest. But every now and then you all say things, and it's just like, did she really just, did she really just, did she really just type? Miss Scouting Pro, they don't want me to name names. But listen, I'm just like, what? Like, I thought that this was a space where we were, where we were nice to each other. We do community projects. We help people when we can. We help organizations and things. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we do. Like, we don't do all of that backbiting over here and being mean and spitting vitriol and all of that kind of stuff. Like, that's not what we do over here, right? Now, I happened to see some comments the other day. Now, I'm not going to say if it was on YouTube or if it was on Facebook, but I happened to see some comments the other day. And it was a couple of you. I ain't going to say, I'm not going to name names. But it was a couple of you. And here's what the conversation was. I mean, Tonette, I thought you were single. I didn't think you had a man the way you be sending stuff down there to Craig. Because if I was married, and then another woman was like, well, my husband wouldn't allow me to be sending stuff down there to another man like that. I mean. And I'm looking at the comments like, they ain't got nothing else better to do with their time, effort, and energy. Time, effort, and energy. They ain't got nothing else better to do with their time, effort, and energy. I mean, because if it was me, I wouldn't be, it's like, and here's what I'll say. Here's the message. Okay, so the first package is CBD soap. CBD soap. This is CBD soap. The first one is, I've never had this. So the first one, this one, it has eucalyptus, lavender, rosemary, and mint. This one has yuzu, I don't know what that is, green tea, lemon, and sea fennel. Now, for those of you who may not know what CBD is the actual, excuse me. It's the chemical, if you will, that's in marijuana, right? So just look CBD up if you're not familiar with that. C like Craig, B like boy, D like David. So she sent me 2 bars of CBD soap. So I'll be using. So this is probably gonna relax my muscles. Is that what this is gonna do? And this is vegan. There are no parabens in it. And all of those chemicals, there are no artificial colors. It's gluten-free, it's soy-free. Yeah, CBD soap. So here's the thing. So, they went on this whole conversation, just a whole conversation, right? Talking about, I just don't understand why she sent all this stuff. First of all, why you got to understand it? Why you got to understand it? Why you got to understand why she's sending me something? I mean, but see, this is the epitome of trying to block somebody else's blessings. Niece, worry about your own blessings, niece. Huh? You know how you see stuff and people be like, you know, the definition of a hater is, that's hater behavior. Like, why are you worried about that? And my thing is, and even if you thought it, what possessed you to get in the typewriter or your keyboard and type? Like, why would you say? Because you clearly wanted her to see that. Now, again, it doesn't bother me. My feelings aren't hurt. And I mean, I don't think Tanette's feelings were hurt either. But it's just the point. Like, why would you even get down in the comments and say that? Now, it's one thing to think it and feel it, but to actually get down in the comments to say that about somebody that you don't know, like, I don't even understand it. I don't understand it. And so here's the message, niece. Don't get mad, because you know who you are. And like I said, it wasn't just one person. Don't get mad with me. Use this as a tool, niece. This is the universe speaking through me to you. Instead of you exerting your energy for negativeness, because negativity is not a word, it's negativeness, and positiveness, not positivity. Those words have become colloquial, like the word ain't. We've said it so much that it's just become part of the English language. But the word is negativeness. Instead of you participating in negativeness, expend that energy helping somebody. Like, the voting season is coming up. Use that same energy that you use to get down in that typewriter. Go pick some people up and make sure they've registered to vote. Can you do that with your energy? Because we got a really crucial, critical time coming up, this election time that's coming up. We really need you to do that. That's what we need your energy and effort for. Moreover, I want to say, and right now I'm talking about us as the people. Right now I'm talking about us as a people, black people. And I'm not saying that other people don't do it, but I'm talking to us right now. Something's in my poo. This apple. We spend so much time talking about the shit that doesn't really matter, and we don't spend enough time talking about the shit that matters. Instead of using that energy to talk about this stuff that has nothing to do with you. Oh, vegetable quinoa soup. Vegetable quinoa soup. And this one is vegan. In fact, I'm going to have this for lunch. This is what I'm going to have for lunch. I'm going to warm this up. Oh. Oh, yeah, this can be lunch and this can be dinner. Okay, so these are all soups. Now, they say they're microwavable, but I think what I'm going to do is cut them out of here and put them in a pot. Yeah, I'm going to put them in a pot, stovetop. Oh, no. It says you boil the pack. You boil the whole pack. You know, like the rice. So this right here is, what is this? Chana masala, Indian chana masala. These are all vegan meals. This one is Bombay potato. Bombay potatoes. Because see, a part of being vegan or cutting meat out is having a lot of sauces. You know, getting food with different sauces. Look at this. What is this? Jodhpur lentils. These are lentils. These are lentils, which are packed with protein, but mind you. Okay, here are some grains. These are some grains. And then this is eggplant. Eggplant. These are 100% vegan, of course. Tanya wouldn't send me stuff that ain't vegan. And this one is spinach. These are just different meals. Trust and believe, I'm about to eat something because I'm hungry. That little apple was cute and this little protein bar. Bengal lentils. Bengal lentils, another kind of lentil. Okay? And then these are, this is more of the same soup, the first soup. And then this is chili bean soup. Chili bean soup. And, Thai sweet potato soup. Oh, I'm about to eat this one now. Thai sweet potato soup. That's what I'm gonna have first. And that's another chili bean and another Thai sweet potato. And there you have it. And then look, it looks like Candy and Sean sent me a copy of their book. Uh-oh. So let me show you guys the book. Thank you, Candy and Sean. Somebody tag Candy and Sean so they know that I received that book and I said thank you. But see, let me explain something to you because I'm not done with you that were down in them comments. I'm not done because see the lesson, there's still a lesson here for you, niece, because I think you're still a little upset with me because I don't think you received my lesson because you think I'm trying to let you hold it. But I ain't trying to let you hold it. I really want you to be delivered from that spirit. Moments of redemption. Moments of redemption. So, thank you, Candy and Sean. So, listen, I want you to be delivered from that. Oh, you gifted this to me. Oh, okay, Tonette gifted this too. Oh, Tonette paid them to send me this. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks, Tonette. Yes, they came today. Oh, they can't stand that you do so much for me, Tonette. But let me tell you something. Here's the thing. Here's what I believe. This is what I believe. I've known Tonette now a year. Well, it's been a little over a year. But I physically met Tonette. It'll be a year in September. So in September, it will be a year that I met her. But she started watching my lives sometime like a little over a year ago, maybe. And I remember because I remember the first time she sent me packages was, I think, for my birthday, which was May of last year, right? But here's what I believe. Now, some of you have been watching my stories or my videos for a while. What I believe is, and I don't really get into the Bible because I have issues with some of the stuff that's in the Bible. But what I believe is the depths of your suffering shall not compare to the glory that shall be revealed. And so what that means is if you struggled, if the level of your struggle was so far over to the left, the level of your success will be so far over to the right, right? So it'll be completely opposite. So just as much as you struggled, you'll enjoy that much success, right? So I've been through a lot. Like I've talked about this before. I've written about it in my first two books. You know, cars repossessed, bank account overdrawn, $660. I haven't told this story in a while. There were eviction notices on my door. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong in my life, right? Fast forward many years later, because I believe I was obedient and I answered the call, and the call was to move across country to LA. Didn't know anybody there, and to write my first book. Didn't even know that I was going to write a book when I moved to California. All I know is my instincts told me to move to California, and so I did that. And 3 months after being in California, I started writing Words Never Spoken, right? And I struggled those first several years that the book was out. I've given you pieces of this story before. You know, I was talking about this last night. I would be in your city with $20 to my name, $40 to my name, hoping that I was going to sell books, make enough money to get back home to pay my own bills and that kind of thing. So things have really just started to, I used to say all the time that the books used to work for me. I mean, I used to work for the books. I used to work for the books, but now the books are starting to work for me, right? But in this season of things working for me, I met Tonette. She started watching my lives, and I don't know how long before this, but I was on here one night talking about how parents sometimes coddle their kids. And in particular, I was talking about how women sometimes cradle their boys too much and for too long. You're raising your little boy to be a sorry grown man because you're doing too much for him. He 18, you still washing his clothes. He 18, you still cutting up his meat. He 25, you still paying his cell phone bill. You know, whatever it is that you're doing to cripple him, right? And so I was saying on that particular live that I think it's important for parents, in particular women, to cut the umbilical cord because you're raising that boy to be a sorry man. And then when he gets into a relationship with a woman, he's sorry and trifling because you've made him sorry and trifling. And some of you women, you get into these relationships with these men. K. Michelle said it best. You can't raise a man. He's all, what she say? Well, you know the lyrics to Can't Raise a Man. I can't think of it right now. But the bottom line is he gets into this relationship, this woman. He's expecting this woman to baby him because his mother did it. And so I was talking about that and how some parents don't allow their kids the freedom to move away, to go to college. I said, I have relatives who told their kids, or friends that said, no, that's too far for you to go away from home. No, you can. I said, you got to let your kids spread their wings and live their life. You need to get you a life. No, that's too far. Too far for who? That's too far for you. You need to get a life and let your child move on and spread their wings and experience things. And so Tonette, at the time that I was saying all of this, remember, I had never met Tonette at this point. She had never sent a package here. And at this point, her son was applying to college. He was a senior in high school, and he was applying to college. And this is the third child that Tonette has, the baby. Now, mind you, she has a daughter that's older who's already away at college, but the daughter is in the same state, didn't go out of state. And then Tonette has an older child. So the last boy was applying for colleges, and Tonette was intercepting the mail. This little boy, Tonette, I hope I ain't telling too much. But anyway, Tonette, her son was getting accepted to colleges. He was getting accepted to colleges out of state, but Tonette had made up in her mind that he was not going out of state because it was too far for her. She told the little boy that he didn't need to go away. And here I get my ass up on this live talking about, you need to cut the umbilical cord. You know, you need to get you a life. You need to get you a life. Stop holding your kid back. I was saying all of those things. And it resonated with her. I didn't know this. I didn't know Tonette at the time. And I'm bringing this home to why perhaps I think she sends me these packages. So she was sitting there watching the live and she was crying. She was crying. And after I finished the live, she said she waited till the live was over. She got off the live and she went and woke her son up. She had been hiding his acceptance letters because she didn't want him to go away to school. But what she was also doing at that time was, and I shared this with her later, I said, here that boy was walking around, his self-esteem probably was plummeting, probably thinking he wasn't good enough for no college because here you are hiding the acceptance letters. And so he had went to her one day and was like, Ma, I don't know what's happening. Like, I'm not getting accepted to any of the schools that I want to go to. So he's questioning and second guessing himself. And here I get my ass on this live and I'm talking good and saying all of the stuff that I just said. Tonette, if you know where that video is, send me that link because I'll repost it. But anyway, because she's good for finding a video. But she went and woke him up and she said to him, come on, let's get up. She went and got the acceptance letters from wherever she was hiding them in the house. And she woke him up and she told him, come on, let's go ahead and apply for these colleges. And she said, Mr. Craig or something, Mr. Craig was on live and he was saying this, that, and the third. And so, you know, and he was like, who is Mr. Craig? And so she explained to him that it was a Facebook video that she just happened to come across serendipitously. And who knows if he was even by chance or luck, because I believe that the Spirit moves and everything happens when and as it should. When and as it should. So it just so happened that here I am on the live and she just so happened to. God knows exactly what we need. God knows exactly what we need and he knows exactly how to get it to us. And he knows when we're ready for it. And so she woke him up and they applied to college. He is in his second year of college now in Arizona. Tonette lives in California. He's in his second year in college in Arizona, all because she sat there, and I'm not even trying to take credit for that, but all because she just so happened to see me talking on this live, and that story resonated with her. So I tend to believe that because I hit her spirit in a way, she just sends this stuff. But I believe also that things happen for a reason in the physical realm, right here on earth, and there are things that happen in the spiritual realm. And I think that I believe that the things that happen in the physical realm parallel what's happening in the spiritual realm. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that, right? So here's an example. And this is the only example that I really have right off the top of my head. So rewind many years ago. Remember, I was writing my stage play, and I produced a show here in Atlanta, and the show sold out here in Atlanta. And for me, if you read the first book, you know this story. So I wanted to take the show on a national tour. So it just so happened that Tyler Perry came to the show. And let me just put a little pause here. I do not dislike Tyler Perry. I don't dislike him. I have nothing against Tyler Perry, because I think some of you think that I don't like him. I don't dislike him. I just don't like his work. But I salute him for creating the career that he's built for himself and all of that stuff. So anyway, he came to my stage play. He said the show was brilliant. On a scale from 1 to 10, he said the show was a 10. That's all I'll tell you about it. The rest of the story is in the first book. But I approached Tyler and said, listen, I would love to take my show national. I was 26 years old at the time. Tyler Perry was a millionaire at that point. He had never done any movies at that point, but he was a millionaire because of the stage plays that he was doing. And so it just so happened that he came to my show, and I said to him, I really want to take my show national, and I would love for you to kind of show me the ropes and tell me what I need to do. And again, he wasn't very pleasant. That story's in the first book. And it didn't happen through him. So I just so happened to connect with his promoter, the guy who promotes his stage plays. It's a guy named Al Wash. He's out of Dallas. Everything that I'm telling you can be verified. He's out of Dallas. Al Wash promoted Tyler Perry stage plays. He did the Hapeville tour. I think that was the tour with Kirk Franklin, Yolanda Adams, Donnie McClurkin. Y'all remember that tour. He does the Tom Joyner cruise. That's Al Wash. So I flew down to Dallas. Here's another story. I flew down there. I was broke as a joke. I had just enough money to fly down one morning, come back that same evening. I had enough money to rent a car, get a little something to eat, and get my ass back to Atlanta. So it was a day trip. I flew down, came right back. And I sat there, and I thought I had convinced this man to take my show on a tour. Fast forward, it never happened. You can read the story in the first book. It never happened. For years, I was very much so upset because I felt like I had this project, it should have been able to go on tour. But the mature me, after I wrote my first book, there were a lot of revelations. And one of those revelations was that the things that happen in the physical realm always parallel what's happening in the spiritual realm. So in the physical realm, right here on earth, the show didn't go on tour because the promoter didn't take the show on tour. He didn't put the money behind it, and I couldn't find anybody else to invest in it. So in the physical realm, the show didn't go on tour because I didn't have the financial support to make it happen. But I believe the physical realm, the reasons that happened in the physical realm, paralleled a greater reason in the spiritual realm. God knew I wasn't ready at 26 to take the show national. So yes, ostensibly, the show didn't go on tour because I didn't have the money. But I believe that the reason was much bigger than that. And it was because God knew I wasn't ready at that point. God knows what you need when you need it. And so I just believe that all of the things that are happening to me now, if you've watched these lives or if you've been following my career since my first book came out, because I have people saying to me all the time, like I run into people, I've gone home for homecoming or high school homecomings, or I went to my college homecoming back in October, and I've had people say, oh my God, like things are really happening for you, this, that, da, 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 da. But it didn't happen overnight. It did not happen overnight. And the reality is this, you weren't there for the struggle. You weren't there for the nights, the days that I cried. You weren't there for the days when my account was overdrawn. Because I remember one month alone, it was in October, and I don't remember what year it was, but I had 13 overdraft fees in 1 month. And so I say all of this to say, I believe that this is just the overflow. So yes, Tonette is sending this stuff in the physical realm because I said something that touched her that night. But I believe that it's God moving through her to bless me for being disciplined. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. And so all of the great things that are happening, like me going to speak in Columbia, South Carolina next Friday, I only dreamed of getting paid to come speak. They're going to pay me to come stand up there and talk. But what you don't understand is several years ago, I was booked to come speak at Morehouse College. And I was living in Maryland at the time. I wasn't even back in Atlanta. Money was funny. And I spent my little change to buy my plane ticket to come down here because Morehouse College told me they were going to pay me $3,000 to come speak. They were going to pay me $3,000 to come speak. And when I tell you, the few days before I was supposed to fly down here, the dean of men, they contacted me and said, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. Now you can still come. You can still come, but we don't have the money to pay you. And I was absolutely devastated because I needed that money. I needed that money. But again, I believe that it was a test in the spiritual realm. I believe there was a test. And I believe that God said to me, now you cannot go because they don't have your money. Or you can go and speak because this is what I called you to do. Baby, I'm getting chills. I'm messing around and cry sitting right here. But, so it was like, what do you want to do? Because there'll be plenty of times that you come, that I'm going to set up for you to go speak. But I need you to go down there and speak to them young boys that are in college. I need you to go down there and speak to those young boys in college. And so I ended up flying down here, and they weren't able to pay me $1. But just as sure as I'm sitting here, all I'm going to tell you is they paying me more than that to come over there to Columbia, South Carolina. So I thought about that yesterday. I said, you know what? That's that money that Morehouse was supposed to pay me. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to invest in your dream. Why am I getting teary-eyed? I'm not going to cry, though. I got it under control today. I got it under control today. So the point of me saying all of this is stop grading people. Stop grading people. Stop judging people. You understand what I'm saying? My feelings are not hurt behind anything that you say in the comments. They aren't. But you don't know what Tonette's motive was. But then Tonette and I have even had conversations about this. In fact, I messaged her last week. I messaged Tonette last week and I said to her, I said, you know, I was really thinking about something. And I said, you know how you send me all of this vegan stuff? Like she sends me shower gels, laundry detergent, the foods and just whatever, toothpaste, I said to her, I said, you know, I was thinking, I said, you know how Maya Angelou and Oprah used to talk all of the time? And Oprah would come back to the Oprah Winfrey show and she would say, yeah, I was talking to Maya Angelou and Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Like she would come and give all of this wisdom that she got from Maya Angelou. And I said to Tonette, I said, you're kind of like my Maya Angelou when it comes to this vegan shit. I said, because she really has made this vegan thing very easy for me. And she's opened my eyes to so many things. And I have taken it upon myself to share it with you. So that's another reason why I think that she sends a lot of this stuff. Right? Because she wants to help educate you all. Those of you who really want to eat better and know, you know, have a better healthy lifestyle. So she sends this stuff because she knows that I'm going to share it with you. And when I first started sharing the stuff that she sent me, there were some of you that used to think that I was bragging. It's like you can't win for losing. Like you can't fucking win for losing. It's like, well, damn, why they can't just see the good in it? Like, why I got to be bragging? You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you something. If I had $1 million tomorrow, the last thing I'm going to do is post sneakers, shoes, cars, because I think it's the tackiest thing. And I think that real money never speaks money. Real money never speaks money. So you'll never have me bragging about what I spent on this, that, and the third. And that's crazy. That's ludicrous. So the reason that I share this stuff, because Tanya doesn't benefit from this, it's just because she wants to spread her knowledge with all of you. She shares it with me, and then I turn around and share it with you. So when Marcellus goes into the Cash App and he blesses me to gift 10, 15, 20 books, or Avery DuVernay goes in there, or Dottie sends her $5 Friday every Friday, or she purchases a Hey Girl Hey t-shirt. Like some of you, like Dottie has bought everything that I've put out. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was why I wanted to do what I did for Theodore. When we raised that money, that $2,000 that I sent over there to his daughter, I wanted to do that because he sowed a seed in me, and I believe in the law of reciprocity. I believe in the law of reciprocity. What you put out, it always comes back, good or bad. You put out negativeness, not negativity because that's not a word. You put out negativeness, negativeness is going to come back to you. It may not come back from the person that you were negative to, but trust and believe it's coming back. And so I just felt like I try to use this to inform you, and you know, it is what it is. So thank you for everybody that supports me and what I do, and you really do know my heart. Because again, listen, I had to remove somebody the other day from the So Much to Say podcast pen pal group, and I've never done that before. I've never done that. That's the only person that I've ever removed. And because she was in the comments talking about that I'm negative, I'm evil, I'm selfish. And I'm like, girl, what live videos is she watching? I mean, am I negative and evil and girl, listen. And so, listen, so for those of you that support me, Kimberly Dooley, thank you for sending your cash app. Like, whatever it is that you do, it's not even just about the cash app. Like, just whatever. If you purchased a mug, a coffee mug for me, thank you, because you helped me to continue. Listen, you helped to keep the lights and the water on in here, okay? So that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. All right? So you guys have an amazing Saturday. And just think about the energy that you put out. Just think about the energy that you put out. Think about the intention behind your energy. All right? Have an amazing day. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you guys, what's that, Tuesday? Yeah, we have a show Monday. So I'll see you guys Tuesday. Bye. Mwah. Mwah.